But the great thing about this patch that we're entering right now is that it's let me get back to that. Son of a bitch. Fucking dog. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wasn't gonna woodpecker going at it. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Since my last Tour de France, which was the one in the snow shelter, I've filmed myself out and about a lot. I've been out in the car. I've been visiting towns. I've been visiting castle ruins. I've been doing all kinds of stuff. But then when the time has come to edit the whole thing into a video, I've just lost interest. I felt that there's not, there's not that thing here, which makes this for a good fun video. There isn't really so much content here as just me just desperately looking for something. So I've been a little down in the dumps regarding my Tour de France's. They haven't felt genuine. And then I've been rotating out my older computer, building up a new one for the editing and stuff. And then just life has been happening also. So, but today I packed my bag, put on some hiking gear, and just went out into the wood. I'm not far into the woods right now. You're hearing I'm basically in someone else's backyard because their dog won't shut up. But I just went out specifically not intending to film. But then as I was walking the dirt road, heading up into these woods, I actually just spontaneously changed direction. I was gonna go into this ravine, these really steep hills, and check out what's over the cliffs, basically, because I haven't been there. But then at the last moment, I heard the raven barking. They have that really peculiar sound that they make sometimes. It sounds jovial, like sort of like that. Here's my perfect imitation of a raven, that type of noise, and it just made me pivot and just look at the raven and be like, oh, I love you, man. Have a good flight. Or she, lady, whatever. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to change direction. I'm not going to go into the cliff ravine thing. I'm going to head over to the Raven Woods. The Raven Woods is a patch of woods really nearby here where for as long as I've been alive. And according to my mother and father, as long as they've lived here, so for 50 years, there's this one patch of woods which has been just inhabited by ravens ever since. And I love them. I spent like 10 years ago or something, I was taking a walk. I was visiting my parents because back then I had moved out and I lived, way in a different place. But I'd visit my parents now and then, and I went to the Raven Woods and I crawled around. I hadn't really crawled around, but I walked around and I spotted this raven skull. Gorgeous skull, sad but tremendous find. It was a completely just bone, and I lay down and I had like a solo wannabe like Viking photo shoot with it in like a modern fucking winter coat. I can probably find the picture, so here it is. But yeah, I just left the skull there, and I was thinking, maybe if I crawl around up there tonight or today, I'll be able to find something cool as well. Because I had a good feeling about the walk today, the impending hike. I had a feeling of, you know what? I'm actually going to go back on myself here and actually do film after all, because I have a good feeling about this. It's spring. The last Tour de France's that I've made have been in the dead of winter. Now, as you can see, the snow is melting. It's significantly warmer. We got a couple degrees plus Celsius. So we got, in other words, a lot of life in the woods now, which we haven't had in the previous videos. So I'm gonna start climbing up this shit and see what see what I can find. Would you look at that? I can once again cross-reference my favorite game, The Long Dark, available now on Steam. Also PlayStation, maybe Xbox, maybe Switch, I don't know. Old man's beard lichen, right? If I am to understand this video game correctly, I can use this as antiseptic wound dressing if I get bitten by a wolf, for example. Speaking of wolves, I do have a little knife with me, or actually my big knife with me, because just the other week we had actual wolf sighting. Not just, oh, I wonder if these dog tracks are wolves tracks. No, our neighbor saw a wolf in broad daylight chase a couple of deers around the way of my parents who live nearby. And so that was pretty dope, because you usually don't see like famished wolves just chasing deer in the middle of the day, but okay. And we do, occasionally now and then spot wolf tracks as well in the snow. And now, of course, the snow has melted a lot during the last couple of weeks, so I won't be able to tell if I'm being stalked by a wolf, or actually if I'm just accidentally stalking a wolf by following its tracks or walking in its tracks. But if I get bit by one, or just a rampant, I don't know, fin, I can maybe use these to create that wound dressing. It smells really good. It smells like my cat's. Old man's beard lichen smells like cat. And what I have learned from, childhood is that whenever these guys grow on trees, the air is really clean. They won't grow in polluted air or near polluted air, right? And it's actually very rich here. So, in other words, I'm in a clean ass place and feels great. There's actually so much of that old man beard. It looks like there's like even more of that than actual needles on this spruce tree. It's just, covering every bit of this tree. Also way over there, you can see it matted in the molten snow, or just water, as you also can call it. Sun's coming out. It's dirt in the lens. Sun's coming out. Springtime. Great. Unsurprisingly, I'm lost. It was like, as the crow flies, or as the raven flies, I could have pointed in the direction I was supposed to head. But then, you take a little detour here, circle around a little hill here, you cut over another there, and all of a sudden, I have no idea where any direction is really. So, of course, I have my phone in my hand, and I can just look up on Google Maps, there's GPS of, where am I, because I have a terrible head for direction. But, where's the fun in that? It's enough for me to know that I'm like a 10-minute walk away from any, house or stuff like this. But so this is just fun to see, where the heck am I going to end up? There's a lot of young birch over there. So that's the place which has been cut, clear, like deforested, like if that's the word. I don't know, I'd say those are 15 years old, 15, 20 years ago. 15, maybe. But yeah, I don't recall seeing a place like that. So I'm just following this animal trail here. If it's good enough for the animals, it's good enough for me. Ooh. Anyone home? Bzz, 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 a bunch of fucking killer wasps. killer wops. Fuck. I think that's a racial slur. Sorry. Hi. Whenever I find a spot like this, my first instinct, my first desire is just to scoop up some of this water and drink it. We're taking a walk. Oh, never mind that. Those are just bodies covered in tarp. We're taking a walk with my spouse the other weekend. I came across a little, just a puddle like this. And I was just like, hang on, I'll drink from that. And she goes like, why? Are you thirsty? And I'm like, no, why would I be thirsty? I just really want to drink from that. And then she sort of talked me out of it because it wasn't the most like hygienic spot. It was next to a field, so and sort of close to a highway, or not a highway, but just a road. So I mean, yeah, could have been some toxins in there, but look at that. So, I mean, it just looks like it's just filtered, right? It's like the cleanest liquid on earth, basically. It's just like come up from the soil or down from the heavens, and then it's gone through this purifying process. You know, F you, I'm at least gonna smell it. See, now I got something stuck in my throat, so I have to get a drink. Fuck. Smells like ground. Hope this coughing spell subsides. I'm an asthmatic. Had childhood asthma, and then it subsided as I was growing up as a kid. And then I turned like 20 and it started coming back. And by like 25, I had inhalers and stuff because I'd get these respiratory infections really often. Turns out my workplace was, like many, what's it called? Early education, päiväkoti, daghem in Finland, which I used to work as a teacher in one of those in early education for 15 years. Not as a teacher for 15 years, but in early education for 15 years. My workplace was basically just a mold-infested piece of shit building, like many. So, yeah, like 10 years ago when I worked there, that place had a good solid 2 years of just like, fuck yeah. So many respiratory infections and like windpipe, whatever the terms are in English. No idea. And at that point, I also developed a really, sensitivity to air moisture. I keep hearing that people react, or asthmatics, or just people in general react positively to humid air, whereas dry air causes them problems. I don't know if this is, how it is usually, but that's just what I've come across. And for me, it's the opposite. If I'm in a really humid, moist area, I get something can trigger like a coughing fit, and then I can't get out of it. That used to happen to me a lot in one of my old flats, where the ventilation in the bathroom was terrible. So when I took a hot shower, all the fumes just like circulated to get out anywhere, and it just ended up having me like vomiting from the coughing. So anyway, those have killed this tree. Not really. That pond looks a little spicy though. Let's go swim in that. Came from over there, arrived at a crossroads. Bam, 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 bam. I sort of recognize this place, but not really. I mean, recognize it as in, I think I've been here once with my dad when I was 12. But I have a hunch that I'm going to start walking this direction. And this direction looks the most magical anyway. Newsflash. Unless I haven't been vocal about it in past videos, which I don't know why I would have really been. I'm crazy about ravens. Birds. Birds have really grown on me. Ooh. Has someone had a tangerine? Yeah. Soggy tangerine peels. Oh. Someone's had a little tangerine break here by this tree. It's a good spot. But yeah, ravens, dude. I mean, those of you who care and know about ravens, you probably looked up all the information or just know the fact that they're the most, smartest, most amazing birds and creatures on the planet, and they recognize people. They recognize people's faces. If it's someone who's caused them harm, on their property, for example, they will recognize the face of that individual, tell their comrades about this person, and these ravens who were just told what the guy looks like will know who it is on sight and possibly attack them or distract them or something. But not just that, they pass this information along generations. So you'll have baby ravens growing up knowing about the big bad Billy who once came in and took a shit underneath their nest tree and lit it on fire afterwards, right? And how's, look at this, by the way, moose tracks, fucking big one. Here's my size European 45 boot. Boom. There's that moose. Wham, bam, bam. For sure, the tracks always spread when the snow melts. So this is like maybe this is like 125 percent track of what it really is, true to size. But then again, yeah, fucking massive. It's gone over there. Maybe we follow the moose. Maybe the moose is friend with the ravens. Maybe the moose had some juicy gossip. News. Why did I not go for news? Did I start out with news? I don't know. Actually, that looks tantalizing. Let's head up that hill. I should have been filming. You see that little tree? It's bent or it's waving. I should have been filming 10 seconds prior to this, because I just shit myself. I was standing here looking that direction. All of a sudden I hear whoosh of something getting up from the snow right next to me. It was this tree. Let's see, where was it? Probably there. It was lodged in the snow like this, which is what will happen. So it was bent all the way like this, caught underneath the snow. And as I was standing there looking that way, it went whoosh and got up. Holy crap, I thought I was being ambushed by like a soldier or some shit. Just someone fucking lying prone in ambush. That was nuts. And like that split second it took for me to go, holy shit, and turn around like 90 degrees. It's funny how quick the brain is actually to assess what's going on. At least, I want to say at least with people with ADHD or hyper alertness, hypersensitivity to everything around you. That comes with a lot of cons in certain environments, like in a city, which I don't enjoy being in, so I don't go there anymore. I don't have to. Restaurants, never been able to eat in a restaurant, but we went to a restaurant in Helsinki, the capital of Finland, with my spouse a few months back. We were in town for a job thing, and we're like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, let's just go to the one fucking nacho place, whatever. And I sat there, and I knew this from before, that when I sit down there and there's a bunch of strangers around me, we're talking 40 people that I don't know in a room, which I don't know. It's all like I'm on high alert because I need to know, what if something happens? I need to know how to preserve my life and the life of my family and so forth. I'm like in fucking mouse mode all the time. I'm like, whoa, we're gauging, threat, no threat. Okay, what do I do? But so I was just trying to sit there. And these are things that I know, okay? It's just my system that does that. So I try to not give into that level of actual thinking, right? I know that I don't need to keep an active lookout for that person or that person if they're a threat. It used to be like that for me when I was younger. I'd sit in the bus and just like every guy on the bus, I was certain that they had like a machete in their backpack. And so where was I going to go when they started swinging? Was I going to go out this window, that window, the doors, wherever? Everything was just this constant like backup escape plan for me when I was around people. But yeah, anyway, so we were sitting there in this restaurant a couple of months back, and I was just saying to my spouse that I can't focus on eating because I cannot stop focusing on every single conversation around me. I know what these guys had for lunch yesterday. I know what that party is planning tomorrow. I can't shut out anything around me. Every person around me, I have to tune into at 100%. I can't shut it off. At least not when I'm sober. Right? Get a few beers in me and I start, that part of my system starts dumbing down. But at least, that's part of my ADHD. So, as I was saying, a person like myself, in that split second, just now when I'm standing like this, and I hear whoosh, whoosh, and I turn around like this, in that split second, my brain was able to go through the thoughts of, sounded like a human getting up from underneath the snow. Can't possibly be that. Why would it be that? Would not be an animal. So what the fuck? And at that point, I saw that it was a tree going around. But there's so much processing power up in here, just waiting to unleash at any moment when something unexpected happens. It's so fascinating. Anyway, now I have no fucking idea where I'm going. I think the Ravenwoods is there. See that? A paw. But it's not a wolf. It's a dog. Not a wolf. A dog with boots. If I'm ever on my way somewhere and I don't show up on time, this is exactly what I've been stuck doing. I've been walking along, saw a little trickly stream, had to stop and help it along. I can spend literal hours doing this. I have spent literal hours doing this. I have even recruited my kids to into the hype. Not randomly out in the woods like this maybe, but or when we're on the way somewhere, but just stepping foot outside in the yard. What is that? It's water. Oh, it's trying to go somewhere. Can we help it along? Yes, we can. Okay, you grab this end, I'll grab that. You have a stick. Oh, it's a sword. Okay, take your sword, and I'll take the stick. Never mind, it's a sword too. And I'll handle this path, and then we're gonna make a little basin here, and yeah. Wow, I can make an entire video out of just this project here, because now it's my project. It feels extremely meaningful for me to help water flow along to its destined path. It's very, I was gonna say biblical, not biblical, fuck that. It's very metaphorical, feels like, but it's also very concrete and important, right? What is happening in the world right now? Well, right in front of me, this water needs to get that away. Is it something that has to happen? Yes. Why? Because nature needs it, and that's just the fucking way it is. And this is, again, not something to be taken out of context here. You can't take that argument and fucking debate abortion or some shit, try to stamp on human rights. But when we're literally talking about water needing to flow, then this, to me, right now, is the most important thing to do in the world. My number one priority in life right now, right here, is to help this water flow right in this spot over there. Also, I hear cars now, so I know where I'm at. So I need to turn around and go back, because now I can find the Ravenwoods. Turns out I've been passing them all this time. But yeah, I'm gonna fudge around here for a little bit. Not gonna film it all because I'll run out of space. But yeah, if you never end up seeing this video, I died out here doing this. That needs to be optimized over there. These big ass leaves. Get out of here. There we go. Okay, I think you're done. I'm done. I think you can do fine just now. From now on. Thanks for your cooperation, nature. Love you. Well, I did arrive at pretty much the border of what I remember to be the Raven Woods, and it's pretty close to a highway. A highway? What is it? Just a fucking road, right? A road with the black shed, tarmac, whatever. Cars drive, vroom, vroom. I don't know what the difference between a highway and a freeway and all this shit. Maybe this is just a highway. I don't know. But it's a road. Cars drive there. But the great thing about this patch that we're entering right now is that it's let me get back to that. Someone has just had a snack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found an actual rabbit's paw. This is amazing. A lucky rabbit's paw? Gnawed off just now. It's really, really fresh. Wow. That is not a raven snack. That's crazy. I was just saying how close we are to that road. And what's great about this patch of woods is that it's also protected from being cut down. But this is freaky, dude. I have a bunch of plastic bags in my backpack. Huh. As I was walking up to this patch, I was going to sort of announce my presence, right, to the ravens, to maybe attract them, to make them come check me out to see if I'm a threat. So I'm gonna prop myself down and have a little lunch here someplace. But someone already did have a little lunch here just now. Wow, this is nuts, dude. Because, hang on, I don't see any tracks. It literally looks like someone has been carrying this rabbit's paw. I don't know if it's a rabbit's paw. It has to be a rabbit's paw, right? No other animal around here with a paw like this. Let's grab a stick. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, grab this. Turn it around. Zoom in. Oh wait, is it a rabbit's paw? Cause oh fuck. Cause it's got some nice claws on it, but where are the paw pads at? Or they're here somewhere. Dude. Well, I'm hard pressed to think of another animal that would have a paw like this. It's most likely a rabbit. It's crazy. Is it like gnawed off? Viewer discretion advised, by the way. It's gnawed off, yeah. But okay, so what the heck? It's very fresh, but there are no tracks out here. The fuck? I mean, there are eagles, hawks, ravens are big hunters. There's owls here. Any huge bird could have dropped this from the sky. This is crazy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I took a little Instagram break. I posted that with trigger warning to my side of the Instagram and said, is this a rabbit? Is it fresh or not? Now I'm going to sit over there and have a lunch. And maybe some actual woods wizard will have the answer to this. But yeah, I'm going to find a nice spot somewhere in there, sit down and have a little lunch. Come back to that paw maybe later. I don't know. I don't want to be the type of person to carry around body parts of living things or dead ex living things. Just like, whoa, cool, dude. But to me, it's just a semblance of nature. I love bones, always have, and those are just bones with stuff still on them. So I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it there but I mean, finding a lucky rabbit's paw like that, I don't know if I'll be able to pass that out. Then again, we live in the age where I have now documented it on video, so I maybe don't need to carry it around with me to have a trinket to show that, whoa, look at this shit. You know. Anyway. Surprisingly quiet. I bet the ravens are all out fucking flying over our house then. It's funny how I just thought of, it's funny how I'm like, yeah, when I arrive in a location like this, I like to give them a few cautionary whistles to announce that I'm here. As if they have not heard this for 45 minutes just now. Fuck. Fuck. Hang on. Like fucking Gandalf calling Shadowfax, whatever that bird is. Bee, fucking horse, whatever. No, I just wet myself during that demonstration. I just wet myself during that demonstration. Yes. Ooh, speaking of an inviting pond, dude. I'm gonna head up there. There is actually the place where I found that skull, raven skull, all those years ago. So that'll probably be a good spot for a little foodie break. Okay, yeah. Right as I got up to the spot where I was pointing, indicating that this is where I found that skull those years ago. Well, just prior to me starting filming just now. Yeah, that one was closer to me just now. Just like woke up like bap, bap, bap. Then headed a bit further there to let the other ravens know I'm here. They'll probably start getting closer soon. Come check me out. See what I'm up to. Someone responded over there. This one's giving up information and warning. That one started responding. There you go. One just flew over. Now they're coming in. Yes. One there, one there. Huh. They've seen my type come and go over the years. Sometimes with rifles, sometimes with dogs, sometimes just with noise and smell, sometimes cutting down trees. You can't help but be humbled in a moment like that when you know that you have this hyper intelligent being who exists on another plane, and you might as well be aliens coming in to check you out, talk to each other about you, and make plans because you just fucked their day up. That's amazing. All right. Wow. I'm not gonna lie. I know raven attacks. Do they ever happen? At least, unsolicited. But I'm not gonna say that when these huge birds start hyping each other up, scoping you out with their huge beaks and talons, I'm not gonna say that isn't a little nervy. Hello, I love you. Yeah, no danger here. I think they went down in threat level. Hey, I'm that guy living in that house that you always fly over, and I'm always like, oh, I love you. Maybe they recognize my face from always standing up to this gawk. Ooh, let's prop down here, okay? I don't know. I hope it's filming. I don't know what you can see. I'm sitting next to this uprooted, what's it? It's a pine tree. The ravens are over there. I mean, the two that were checking me out. They were playing as well. It's actually funny because when the ravens were having their thing going on, all the smaller local birds were just like shutting the fuck up, and then when the ravens went that way, small birds started like chirp chirp a bit. Now I hear the ravens again. Ooh, also hear swans flying. You hear that? They go in another direction. The sound that swans' wings make when they fly, it's amazing. Here's some hardtack that I baked myself. It's really good. It's not hardtack. It's chips. Corn chips with sour cream and onion flavor. Bought it from a store. Skies are finally clearing. There was a semblance, there was a promise of sunshine when I set out for my hike, and I was like, yeah, now it's extra good to start filming. Then it was just overcast, but now finally the clouds are proper breaking up, I think. So that's good. We have another few hours of sunlight, with or without cloud. Oh. All quiet now. Unless I'm done eating my hardtack. I'll take a walk around the premises here and see if I find some, I don't know, feathers, bones, rabbit bits, something. But if not, I'll leave the raven area and head over to the other side of the protected bits of the forest, which I've actually never been at. So that'll be exciting as fuck. As soon as I started moving, they started calling again. It's like, it's so crazy. You can feel you're being watched every step of the way. You can just feel like there's just like CCTVs everywhere. CCTVs, I mean security cams, whatever. I was just thinking the most finished thought ever just now. As I was walking here, I was thinking, yeah, this must have been the woods at the very end of the Winter War. Just, I mean, for sure with the situation, let's just call it a situation in Europe, right? For sure, as a Finnish person, with the current situation in Europe, especially someone who's been raised by grandparents who were active and fought in the Winter War and Continuation War. But in the context of this, specifically the Winter War, you know, you spent some time of your life thinking about those circumstances, especially if you were very close with your grandparents and they told you a lot of stuff. And especially when they then, after those traumatic experiences, went on to become the most loved, successful human beings possible, with nothing but kindness and respect to nature. I mean, that is, I owe my, I guess there was a place for that thought after all, because my love for nature and awe for nature, birds, the cycle of the year, the seasons, just finding that inspiration in every bit around you just comes from my grandfather, who is one of the ones who fought in the wars, and then brought his kids up, being my dad, as being very into nature and outdoors life. And you know, I want to say I got my nature hype equal parts from my grandfather and my dad, because I spent a lot of time with my grandparents growing up. They lived nearby. So I spent so much time thinking about my grandfather, really. He passed 8 years ago at the age of 91 or 90. He was just an amazing being. Those were the first thoughts I had this morning. Was I thought of his name. I thought of his names, his first names, and what they meant to me. And yeah. By the way, moose tracks. Again, a little bloated from the melted snow, but massive. Wow, these are more accurate to size. Damn. And these guys are just running across the, you can hear the road over there, the busy highway, or busy-ish road. And these guys are just like, boom, ba-doom, 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 crossing the road, fucking every which way. So thankfully, we have active people who live here who go out and hunt during hunting season. I'm not one of those, but I understand 100% why it needs to be done, and I partake when I can in the fruits of that hunt. I'm coincidentally moving in the same direction that the ravens are retreating. I hope they don't feel like I'm hunting them or stalking them or something. Because now it went into that like panicky blah, 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 blah mode again. Look, I'll just need to get over there and then I'll be out of your hair. Should I do my Gandalf whistle? Maybe that communicates my intentions in a way that other things can't. Splat, splat, splat. Here I am. I'm just a dumb person, not doing anything dangerous. I'm heading into the uncharted woods now. Here's that road. Passing into it a couple hundred meters over there, and it'll be fine. It'll be quiet and really naturey. Not passing here because it's so much snow. But anyway. The swamplands. Part of the reason also why this time of the year is the best time to explore the woods and nature is because you have zero bugs. Well, yeah, that's it, actually. Zero ticks, zero bugs. I mean, good luck coming out here. Even in, what the fuck? There we go. even in 2 months. Shit, I'm stuck. Wow. Fuck. I'm being literally bogged down. Okay, let's not do that anymore. Okay, I'm now on the other side of the Ravenwoods. Here's the road separating the woods. The Ravenwoods were a few hundred meters that way. Now I'm in this part, and this is, which I've learned when I've inquired around by people who live here, that this is the actually protected area, which is like, oh, I can see it already. You get in here and you just see that. It's so dense. Wow, this is great. What I noticed is over there, over yonder, with the big birds, I didn't hear much or any small birds. Here, I take one step almost into old rotten mushrooms. And I instantly hear, let's take a walk. Whoa, look at that. A stump of an old telephone pole. Wrap himself around the telephone pole. There was a race driver, 22 years old. We might very well find, like, if not another ridiculously intact rabbit spot, then something else cool. I mean, fuck it. Everything around here is cool. This is already cool. Just coming out here with the semblance of, or with the thought of, I need to find something, otherwise this isn't cool. Hey, I already found something. This is the something. Everything else that I run into is just incidental. It's another part of nature that is here, whether I'm stepping on it or not, right? But still, in terms of video content, would be cool. Let's see, what's the time? The time is 5 p.m. Okay. I have another couple of hours of sunlight. Nice. Look at that. I came over the hillside from there. And just like that, by the way, crossing this way, I was in such a deep snow. Such a deep snow. I had to clean my boots out from snow just now because I had it up to my knees. I guess because the trees are a little stunted, so there's not much, protection from the snow up ahead. But look, as I was preparing to, well, not right here. I'm not going to fucking break my legs and die. But as I was looking for a way off this cliff down there, I noticed this. It's one of those cliffside ice jellyfish that look like jellyfish. But I had never been in this perspective before, to see one from above and see it's actually starting to crack. So I feel, I feel dumb and tempted, but I sort of really, this is another one of those ADHD moments where I'm like in my birthday bash when I slid down the hill and lost my phone, of just, I know I shouldn't do it and it's dangerous, but I can't not. I actually want to sit here and sort of just chip away with my heel and just see if it starts coming off, right? Because it's gonna melt anyway. I'm not destroying nature here. It's fucking ice. It's melting. I don't know, but I also do want to see what it looks like intact. So fuck it. Let's just go down. Let's see what it looks like. Because now I've said ice jellyfish, and you're like, what the fuck? But let's go down there and see if you see what I mean, okay? If it's in that sort of state. So let's go. I think my best bet's down there. Hey, here's my pro tips on moving around in very dangerous, unsteady grounds just like this. Don't take a hesitant step. Just jump, right? Treat it like Baldur's Gate 3. Just make a jump instead. Instead of trying to awkwardly shimmy down a slope, fucking take a jump from your last known safe location to a place where you can spot that's fine, right? Like right here. I'm not gonna shimmy down here and potentially slip. I'm gonna jump right down there. There we go, perfect. And now we get to the jellyfish. Wow. Oh my God. I love it. It's so huge. Wow, I'm glad I didn't even start fucking messing with it, because look, it's gorgeous. Shit. it's man. I wonder if these were treated like some sort of. I wonder if these were treated like some form of entity back in the really old days. You know, of course, people weren't dumb. They had been around for a few winters, so they'd seen these come and go. They see, oh, it's water, oh, it freezes, turns into this. But I wonder if these held some significance in folklore, because I see them as like ice jellyfish, right? I love them. There's that crack I saw from up above. Beautiful. Well, I got out of the woods. Yeah, I think I'm going to start heading back. I like the sauna. Man. Actually, I'm just going to take another walk just around the dirt roads here, along the fields and stuff. Just enjoy this, man. But yeah, you'll know if I catch something interesting there on the dirt roads, because the video will keep going. But if not, thanks for sticking around. See, I had a good feeling about this Tour de France when I started filming. Spontaneity is key. I never could have planned those ravens. I never could have planned that fucking rabbit's paw, but hey. Great. Thanks for being here with me, guys. Cool, look at that. The intertwined. Oh, this one's actually just fallen. You mashed the spruce tree there. Hang in there, buddy. I'm gonna clear you, actually. I'm gonna set the phone in my pocket and free that spruce tree from this one's grasp. All right, I did it. I liberated this living, mangled spruce tree from the clutches of this dead one. It's a leaf tree. I don't know what it's called in English. It's dead, you can see. Otherwise, the branches wouldn't either snap like this. So I cracked away and crunched away and used all my living man-meat force to, get rid of all the branches that was putting this tree down. Yeah, and again, another extremely meaningful task that I just stumbled upon in nature. I made a difference today. I made this tree grow in a way that it maybe couldn't have without my interference. And again, I didn't kill something to prop something else up. This is already dead. I just fixed it. Just buried it. I drew a bit of blood, apparently, but it's fine. Okay, now let's see where the road will take me next. Fuck me. This place right here is really special. What is this poop, by the way? Interesting poop. Yeah, because it's basically a river flowing through fields, and it's not very common because a lot of these rivers have either been, or not even either, they have been just closed up to link, fields together for maximum amount of is it arid? Yeah, I guess arid land to be able to sow on, right? In other words, you got to maximize the profit. But this river here has evidently been here since whenever. And it's one of those where, I pass it every day. That's when I drive home. I drive down that hill there, over there. And, I grew up. So my, please don't geolocate me, or if you do, bring me some coffee at least. I grew up in a house a couple of kilometers that way. And I now live in a house a couple of kilometers that way, right? So I've essentially returned to my roots after I've been gone for a long time. So I'm very intimately familiar with this river from that road and that road over there. But I've never, or maybe I've been down here a couple times with my dad as a kid. But yeah, I'm told also by some local neighbors that, and I guess it makes sense, that the nature here is very unique. And it's like its own little, what's it called? Bio, no, what the fuck, not biohazard, Jesus Christ. It's like, what is that thing? It's a system of bio ecosystem, right? Okay, that's the word, ecosystem, right? Because this is essentially like wetlands, right? So you have beavers and wetland birds and I don't know. So let's walk around here and see if we spot something cool. Other than the fact that this is just here, which is already cool in itself. River fish. Do I have some river bait or river lures? If I was playing Red Dead Redemption. And when I said beaver, I think I meant otter. Mostly. But they're, I guess, also beavers. Why not? But definitely otters. Bee, bee, ba, 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 bee, bee, ba, 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 ba. Look at this beautiful moss. It looks like it's designed. Are you telling me that this is just random? That there is no intelligent design? That there is no creator? Yeah. Or I guess, well, there is creator. Just nature. There ain't no one up there or anywhere else having a grand divine plan with us in mind. Nature just happens. We're here, a part of it, along for the ride, taking it in with our eyeballs, shitting it out our asshole, trying to scrape by. So might as well look for pretty things, calm things that make you smile, things that make your heart rate go down, things that don't give you anxiety or stress. Seek out those things and revel in them. But if not revel, take 15 seconds of your day to just shut up, stand, listen to a bird, look at the sky, look at the water flow. What a spot. We're closing in on the bridge. It's colloquially known in my family as the bridge because it's the only thing even resembling a bridge, you know, around our neighborhood, around our home. Here it is. Here's the bridge. Yellow painted railing. Used to be really yellow. Now it's not very yellow anymore. This was like a what's it called? Like a road marker. What's it called? Like a map marker? Whatever. Landmark. Of, you know, if we, as kids, took the dog out, you know, for a walk, we'd say that, hey, we're going to the bridge and back. Or then, you know, our parents would say, you go to the bridge and back. No less. So yeah, this is the bridge. The water's really high up now. Ooh, it's actually pouring down this hillside as well. You know what? Let's head underneath the bridge, right? See if we find some trolls over there. And of course, this is, by the way, the same river that we were just looking at on those fields. And this is, of course, a very popular spot to do this at. Fuck, they go. I lost it. Here it comes, maybe? Anyway, let's head down under the bridge and see what we see down there. Maybe an otter. Or a beaver. Or my phone flying down into the river. This is a cool view. Ooh, this could be one of those ASMR videos or just like atmosphere ambience videos on YouTube. That lasts for like 45 hours. Water under the bridge. .jpg. .avi. I want to get closer to that falling water. I want to see. I want to catch that reverb, but yeah, no. So this is probably the best spot I'm gonna get for this. Well, I'd probably say that it's time to head home. Time to head back home, put on the sauna. I mean, maybe I'll still run into something cool on the way back home. I still got a few kilometers to go. But, oh man. So I arrived at home. I'm home alone. My spouse is up on a little trip and my kids are elsewhere. Came home to our yard. I see someone in the window. Mosse in the window. Mosse mannen. Oh, oj. Mosse mannen. Oh. He wants to get through to me. Oh, sweet Mosse. Mosse. Oh. Alright. Time to head inside to him and his 3 furry friends. Alright.